Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to the chat right here on ChannelOne TV with me, Eko Kunse. Me and I'm a same pay, but right now it has over me. If you had a good time, congratulations to you. I didn't have a good time at all because those two were just stressing me. Yeah, those two were just stressing me. But it's fine. It's always good to have comedians around to actually bring. I think I've had a very good laugh. And right now, I'll be entering into I'm going into a conversation with the one and only Rocky Dawuni. I salute you, sir.
Yeah, much love. Much
How you
love.
doing?
I'm doing very good.
How long
very
have you
good.
been around? Have you been in Ghana, actually?
Oh, I live here.
You live here?
Yeah.
Do you know the notion of most people is that you live in America?
That's a good notion, but I've lived here for a long time. For 5-6 years, I've been back home.
You've been back home?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm here,
wow.
and then I just go to do, when I have work to do, then I travel and go and do the work, but afterwards I'm back home here. Yeah.
How is the activism work going? Because you're an activist for quite a number of things, environmental activist.
Yes.
That, yeah.
Well, we are all activists.
Yeah.
Because once you can speak and give an opinion about things, then obviously you're an activist. Mine has been focused mostly on the environment. I'm also currently the United Nations Goodwill Ambassador for Environment for Africa.
Exactly.
So, trying to really instill that sense of stewardship for our environment, and then also a culture of, understanding that nature is an integral part of who we are. And we need to protect it. We need to protect our natural assets and also make sure that these natural assets are sustainably used for our development, at the same time to protect it for coming generations. And that's the responsibility of us. So I try as much as possible to instill that in the mindset of the individual, at the same time in the collective mindset.
All right. Now, when you look at the continent of Africa,
Yes.
how has our music performance been over the years? Because a lot of people feel like, oh, we are losing track of our real essence. Some people feel like we are on track of our real essence. What would be your, assessment of the performance of our music scene?
Well, I think the overall assessment, those are two things, you know what I mean? The assessment of the visibility of African music currently, at the same time, if that visibility is also reflective of our identity and our culture. Okay, so two things. Okay, first of all, we are at a time when, because of technology, the inception of technology, the inception of peer-to-peer, the inception of being able to distribute things in a very short period of time in a wide way has really helped the visibility of African music that was locally produced for a long time. So other than back in the days when you had the old models where music, you have to go through record labels, you have to be signed an A&R, you have to be introduced into a market, promoted and all of that. Now, the music is, even if you release it here, the visibility is global. So it has allowed, you can imagine how much music is produced across the continent. The volume is big. Nigeria alone, the population, the volume is big. Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, all of this. So African music has now assumed a very powerful position and a very powerful, should I say, market share of the global sounds that are over there. So now you're seeing a lot of labels taking interest in it because they've seen that the exposure is big. So they've now creating the back end, the marketing systems to make sure that they capitalize on this popularity. But as to if that popularity is also reflecting what the identity of Africa is, that's a lot needs to be said on that premise. Because I feel that right now the variant of music that is becoming very popular is more a pop dimension of African music. And African music, music here means so much. Music, when you're born, there's music. When people die, there's music. When you're celebrating, there's music. So music is actually a way of life for us. And Africa has given birth to so many dimensions of music styles that have become real cultural treasures.
Yes.
And I feel that a lot of it gets lost, especially in the quick commodification of the sound. And now everybody thinks that African music is one sound in the popular realm, but it is a good thing because what it does is that when you have the openness, that means you have the listenership has opened. So now we need to step in as Africans with our own organization of how we want our music to be presented. And that's when we infuse the cultural dimensions to it and also inspire the new innovators and creators to also instill an African dimension into the new creations.
That's a whole research work right there. But now let's bring it down home.
Yes.
Right now I'm on one of the DSPs. You have very beautiful songs. And I'm just run through some of your titles for some of the songs that
Yes.
you have. And then we'll settle on Rise, which is the newest one. And we'll
Yes,
go into
yes,
talking
yes,
about
yes.
that. So you have a song titled Beautiful People. You have a
Yes.
song titled Download the Revolution.
Yeah.
You have Take It Slow. You
Yeah.
have Walls Tumbling Down.
Yeah.
You have African Reggae Fever.
Yeah.
The Voice of Boom Boom, which is like one of my favorite albums from you actually.
Yeah.
You have Difference. You have
Yeah.
Ghost Town. You have Gonna Take It Easy.
Yeah.
You have Born to Win. You have Hustlers.
Yes.
What influences your choice of song titles?
The choice of song titles actually are influenced by the inspiration, because inspiration is what starts you writing a song. And as a musician too, you're kind of like an architect of perception.
Yeah.
So you see what happens and you feel what happens, and then you write it. But then you have to take all of that influence and put it under a banner
Yeah.
that defines it. And I feel that, when you take a song like, Walls Tumbling Down. The Walls Tumbling Down also recently was actually quoted by the Prime Minister of Barbados during her speech to the United Nations. She used words from it for her speech. So the title was important for her, and then the content of what it says too was important for her because it really defined a systemic breakdown whereby things are breaking down, but the individual has to find their identity within it and rise up within it, and also rise up with a mass awareness. So the titles for me are the first snapshot that people get into. So you have to choose your titles very well, and I feel that titles sometimes can be a whole story on their own.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes,
very true.
Yes.
Now the newest one is Rise.
Yes, Rise, yes.
What are you talking about here? I mean, because when you hear Rise,
Yes.
somebody's thinking about the phoenix, rising from the ashes.
Yes, yes.
Africa Rise.
Yes.
There are so many.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that. Rise is about us understanding who we are and knowing that we have the capacity, if we choose to become the best of ourselves.
If we choose to become the best
Of ourselves.
Okay.
We have the capacity to make that decision and that choice. So Rise is also at a time too when I feel that Africa, has the highest number of youth. Africa is poised, if well managed, to lead the world when it comes to, the capacity that we have, which is in terms of resources, both human and material, to be able to chart a course for humanity. But it is up to us to rise to the occasion. So Rise is a global call for the individual that no matter where you are, rise to your best self. If you're down, rise up. If you're defeated, rise in victory. If you're in poverty, rise to riches and glory. So it is about taking that bold step, but it's going to take the mindset. But it's also a decision that when you make, you become unstoppable.
All right.
Yes.
Now, I want to go into the lyrics of Rise.
Yes.
And I'm seeing something here,
Yes.
right? So I'll read the lyrics to
Yes,
most
yes.
of you have not seen.
Yes,
It says, imagine what we could do if we organize.
Yes.
Imagine what we could do if we unify.
Yeah.
Oh, Rise. Now you know the thing where you for do. Stick yourself in place where you stand tall. Watch your feet and step where you might go. You demarco.
Yeah.
This is very heavy.
Yes.
And who is this lyrics directed to? Is it directed to the leadership? Is it directed
Oh,
to the youth?
everybody. Imagine what Africa could do if we were organized.
So does it mean we are not organized as a
No, we are
continent?
not. I mean, unless you know something that I don't know.
Okay.
We're a group of nations, even when it comes to cocoa, we don't even have a unified voice at one price. Cote d'Ivoire is doing one thing, Ghana is doing another thing. When it comes to gold, everybody's mining his own. We don't have a unified price. We're not unified in our presentation of our identity and our engagement with the world. So competing within yourself, it's a defeatist thing. So what I'm saying is that imagine what we will do, even in Ghana. You know, imagine us being able to know that we have a beautiful democratic system, but if we elect a leader, we all go behind that leader and make them successful. And if another leader comes, we all go behind and make it successful. Then you'll be moving forward. Imagine if we could do that. If we elect a leader, imagine if we don't sit down to wait for the half to fail so that they can come in power. Everybody works together. So that's what those lyrics are about, that imagine the possibilities of unity, and imagine, you know, that if you rise, now you know what you for do. You have to stick yourself in a place where you stand tall. Not be the place where diminishing who you are. And watch your feet and step where you might go and where they might go. So you are watching where you are going and where others are going. So it's a song that is, and even the opening lines, I know the feet to breathe, I'm suffocating with pain. It's a line that I took from George Floyd.
Oh.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, because I see the lyrics here too.
Yeah.
I think in the opening verses of the song.
Yeah.
I know get space to breathe. I'm
Yes.
suffocating with pain. I know they follow the rules. I know say you feel the same.
Yeah.
My own eyes now they see we only suffer to gain. I know they lie. I know they tell no lie.
Yes.
And you say you picked the lyrics from George
So
Floyd.
no, the opening line.
The
I know
opening
the-
line, I
Yeah,
know they breathe.
yeah.
I'm suffocating.
I'm suffocating with pain is George Floyd, because it became such a big thing, and it was also a rallying call for people, ourselves and people of African, our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. But at the same time too, I don't want that to be something that keeps you down. Because when you hit the bottom, that's when you can spring probably to your higher self.
Yeah.
So I used that to open because it was a down part for who we are as a people. And everybody felt so sad, you know, all around. It captured our
It was a global
imagination.
thing. It was a
you
global
know,
thing.
a global thing. So using him saying, I can't breathe, you know, and eulogizing that moment,
Yeah.
but at the same time capturing that moment, not a moment that we are stuck in that moment, but it's a moment that we can step up and stand as a people. We can stand. Now we have the year of return and all of these people. We are connecting with our brothers and sisters. So that unity, both within the continent and without, is happening. And also that unity within us is happening. We have all these trade things happening. You know, we need to see the possibility that if we stop being competitive as a people, and we start working together, both within nations and without of nations and continent-wide, maybe we can birth that Africa that was the original vision of founding fathers like Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who we are celebrating his birthday today.
Today is
So
happy birthday to
Rise
him.
is actually, you know, a very honored song because I feel that it's timely to also celebrate the vision. So imagine what we can do if we organize. Imagine what we could do if we unify. Yes, man.
That's so much on point. I've
Yes,
enjoyed
man.
it so much.
Yes,
But
man.
as the UN ambassador, goodwill ambassador for the environment, we as Channel One TV and the City FM, we've started this whole campaign. I mean, we've launched the campaign, the I Stand Against Galamsey, and I mean someone who is a big ambassador of the environment.
Yes.
This is also something you stand against. You've spoken about it enough.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I don't think you can actually talk about it enough.
Yes,
we have
yes,
to keep
yes,
talking
yes.
about it.
Yes,
and we are
yes, we
saying
have to, we have
Hashtag
to. We
Stop
have to.
Galamsey
Yes.
now.
Yes. Yes.
There you have your camera.
Yes.
Please look into it.
Yes.
And let us know your strong disdain for what is going on when it comes to Galamsey.
Yes. My people of Ghana, everybody has seen what is going on. Whether you watch it on TV, whether it's shared on social media, whether people pass that information to you. We know that our land, our water that we drink, our trees are all being compromised right now by the mining that is happening close to our water bodies and destroying these water bodies and destroying this land. This is something that requires all of us for the solution to happen, from leadership to religious leaders to individuals. Every Ghanaian has to lend their voice so that we can be able to stop this, because right now the whole world is watching, the whole world is seeing. And as a country that provides leadership for the rest of Africa, this is not something that we want everybody to know us for. So let's rise, everybody, and stop Galamsey now.
All right.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
And I like the way you ended with our hashtag Stop Galamsey Now. Where can people find the music video to enjoy?
Rise right now. Okay, also, I want to give a little bit about the song. The video was directed by Twins Don't Beg.
Okay.
It was a big collaboration with, models, designers, Ghanaian designers, people from School of Performing Arts, all of that. We all came together. The song was produced by Nabeyin, a Ghanaian producer who worked with Kanye West, Travis Scott, everybody, and Firstborn, who also worked with Nicki Minaj, Ariana Grande, and a whole lot of other people. They all came together and produced this song. But this song is an Afro-Roots song. It's a song about all of us. A song that makes you dance, is happy. The visuals are a beautiful representation of modern Africa, yet steeped in our culture, as we were talking early about infusing the culture into our music, and also a sense of consciousness, a sense of pride in our identity. So that's what Rise. You can find it, stream it, also use the song on your IG and TikTok when you put your photos. Please, Rocky Dawuni Rise, put it as part of it. Go onto YouTube. We need to run the numbers over there, so we need the support. And, and pray for us, also as the Grammys come to the opportunity for, Ghanaian songs to another Ghanaian song to get opportunity of a nod, and Ghanaian videos too to get an opportunity of a nod. So we need that, support from the general public. Don't wait until there's like a nomination or something happen, then everybody come, Let's be the ones. Imagine, I like that. If we organize to push Rise, and imagine if we unify to push Rise.
I like that.
Let's do it right now.
Thank you very much, Rocky Dawuni. I
man.
appreciate you so much. A legend in our music industry has, risen to the heights of it all, Grammy nominee and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been it for today's episode of The Chat. It was very entertaining. For the comedy guys, I'll catch them another time, and we are going to square it off. But this has been all that we have for you today. DJ Ashman, thank you. DKB, Jacinta, thank you. And also thank you to you, Rocky Dawuni. To the producers, directors, and also cameraman, everybody, what's a very big thank you to you. Catch you next week. My name is Akokumsi. You can find me on all social media platforms at PK. See ya.